Hi, besties. Welcome back to the Bestie Talk podcast. I'm your host, Kianna Jit. And today, you guys, by the time you're listening to this, it has already been my birthday. My birthday is November 2nd. Hello, Scorpio gang. It's officially Scorpio season. It is the best season. I know we all get like a bad fucking rep. Like, Scorpios get a badass rep because we stand on business and we don't take nobody's shit. And I just want to say, if you think that a Scorpio is a bitch, it's because she's standing on business and you don't like that. Okay. Okay. But it is my 26th birthday. So I wanted to make an episode of 25 things I learned in my 25th year of life. This has been probably, honestly, one of the hardest years of my life. Like the most challenging, completely just like transformational year of my life. I would say last year was pretty rough too, but this year really like it really fucked me up. Just so many changes, so many different things went on in my life in the past year, and I really wanted to take a moment and just kind of reflect on everything that I've gone through and what I've learned so I can teach you guys what I've learned in my 25 years. Ooh, let me make sure my phone is on D&D. So sorry. So I have a full list of 25 things I've learned. So we're just going to get right into it, you guys. I'm just going to read them off, and I'm going to tell you guys kind of a little snippets of just like what I've learned. So number 1, it's okay to start over. In order to feel happy, you more than likely will. This is something that I learned in this year of my life. Honestly, watching my husband completely decide that he is going to start a new business and just go full force in it at the age of 27 was really, honestly, admirable. Like I was really I admired him and the fact that he was able to do that. And I am somebody, I've talked about like my business and stuff before on the pod, and I have been somebody where I knew exactly what I wanted from my life at a very young age. Like I knew I wanted to be an esthetician. I knew I wanted to own a salon. Like I knew all those things, and I am like a goal getter. Like I'm going and fucking getting whatever the hell that I set my sights on. I'm like tunnel vision. I'm going for it. And so I've just kind of always known, but something that I learned this year is maybe this isn't what I wanted after all, or like maybe I want something else, and like that's okay. And that idea of like maybe I want something else other than waxing and owning a salon for the rest of my life scared the living shit out of me, because I have no, like I said before, I was so tunnel vision. I knew exactly what I wanted for so long, and so for that to change, it really like fucked me up. But I learned that it's okay. So remember that in order to be happy, in order to live a life that you feel like it's fulfilled, you more than likely will have to start over at some point in your life. Like if you decide to get a divorce, if you decide to start a business, if you decide to do a major career shift in the middle of your life, that is okay. In order to be happy, you're more than likely going to have to do that. So you can choose if you're going to be miserable, hate life, feel like this shit sucks, or are you going to like take the risk and bet on yourself and make that change? And that like goes right into number 2 is betting on yourself. I've always said this. Entrepreneurship is betting on yourself. You are betting on you. You're not betting on anybody else, because if you're going to bet on somebody else, you're putting your trust into them. You're hoping that they're the person that you are. You're hoping that they're going to do the work that you would do. And honestly, nobody is going to do the work that you're going to do. So bet on yourself. It's the biggest lesson that I've learned. I can only count on myself. I can only count on myself at the end of the day. I'm going to do the hard work. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to make sure this business grows. And betting on yourself in any aspect in your life, if you're going to school, if you're starting a new job, like whatever the case may be, betting on yourself, that is where you see a huge transformational moment in your life where it's going to change, it's going to be a big pivot, is when you bet on yourself. And I see it a lot of the time when I see people who are starting new businesses or going out on their own, doing solo careers, solo whatever the heck it may be, and they bet on themselves, and it's literally the best decision they've ever made. So make sure you bet on yourself. Number 3, you will never stop healing even when you feel like you've worked on it all. Psh, let me tell you. I thought that I've worked on this, I've worked on that, I've worked on this, and I thought that I was good. I thought that I didn't have to worry about healing on certain things. Let me tell you, no, you are going to heal pretty much every single day for the rest of your life. I'm sorry. It sucks. I hate it. This fucking sucks. I don't want to do this sometimes. And I'm not going to say that like that's a beautiful, happy, oh my God, so gorgeous, like a journey. This healing journey is not beautiful. It's fucking rough sometimes. But you're going to heal every single day. You're going to continue to heal even when you think you've worked on a specific thing. Like for me, my issues with my biological father, I've worked on that issue for you guys, I don't even know how long, probably since I was like in elementary school. Therapy and this and that, holistic, spiritual, like every single way that you can work on something, I've worked on that, and I will probably continue to work on it until the day I die, because that is a huge trauma for me, and that is what I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. Is I'm going to have to heal every single day. So you are going to have to heal every single day, and it's going to be okay. We're going to get through it together. Some days we might not heal. Some days we might just fucking say fuck you. But most of the days we heal. Number 4, your time is the most valuable thing that you have. Nothing can beat it, and so don't waste it. When I say that I learned the true meaning of time this year, like in the beauty of it, the fact that we have time, like time, you have it right now. Like right now, as you're listening to it, you have time. You have time to either do what you want to do fucking nothing, to listen to this podcast, to rot on your couch, to do whatever you want to do. You have time. And it's a beautiful thing, but just do not waste it. Nothing can beat time. Money can't beat it. Clothes can't beat it. Cars can't beat it. Time is the most valuable thing that we have on this planet. It's a gift. It's a beautiful gift that we have. So stop wasting it. I really learned that, especially with the passing of my grandma. When you go through grief, you realize you go through like the guilt, right? Of course, like you go through like the guilt of like, I should have spent more time on blah, 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 blah. And that is truly something that I learned, is I should have spent so much more time with my grandma. Times that like, I'll never forget. Maybe like 2 weeks after she had passed away, I went and had lunch by myself at the park. It's something that is the most healing thing for me, is going and just like eating by myself at a park. It's like, wow, you guys really should try it. But I was just sitting there eating, and I was crying. I was like so upset, because I was like, I wish I could have just gone and had lunch with my grandma. Why this just fucking sucks. And then I got so upset with myself, like all the times that I could have went and had lunch with my grandma and I didn't. And I wasted that time. That time that I could have spent with her, I wasted it doing what? Like doing what? Looking back, you're like, what the fuck was I doing that was so important that I didn't go spend some time with my grandma? That is what really like clicked in my head of time is so valuable. Do every single minute doing something that is going to like be meaningful for you, or is going to help you in your future, that's going to help future version of you, whatever that is, and if that is rotting in your bed for a day, that's okay, because honestly, sometimes a good rot helps me, bitch. Rotting in my bed helps me for the next day. Sometimes it helps my mental health, being able to just turn everything off and being able to rot in my bed and watch TV. Like that is going to help for future version of me. But if I am going to do something that's destructive to the future version of me, that's when I'm wasting my time. So your time is the most valuable thing. That's a huge, huge lesson that I learned in this year of my life. Number 5, not everything is personal. This is a hard one that I learned. I think I'm still learning it. I am somebody who takes a lot of things personal. I can say that up front and honest. I literally take, like, if somebody is, being rude to me at the grocery store, and I just take that personal. And when again, going back to the grief of my grandma, I learned that not everything is personal, because there was moments where I just snapped when I had lost her. I snapped at somebody. I had road rage for no fucking reason. Like, I was just mad. You go through the mad stages. And I learned that, nobody here on this, nobody in public, nobody who doesn't know me, or nobody who's not listening to me doesn't know that my grandma just died, right? And they don't know that my whole life just got fucking turned upside down and I feel like I'm dying, like, nobody knows that, but they just know that I'm being a bitch. And I realized that it's nothing personal to them. It's nothing personal to, like, what they're doing to me that's making me act the way that I'm acting. So why the fuck do I think it's personal when somebody acts that way to me, right? And so I learned that hard lesson this year. I'm still learning it, because I still have moments where I'm like, no, that shit, like, what the fuck? Why is that person talking to me like that? Or whatever the case may be, right? And taking things personal. And I think that I feel like it's a really big empath thing of people to take things personal, because we're so, like, in tune with our emotions, and we feel our emotions on a very large scale. And so when somebody we feel it's an attack, we take it very, very personal. But love, let me tell you, it's not personal most of the time. People are dealing with really, really big demons behind closed doors, and they can't help, unfortunately, but to take it out on people around them, take it out on people in front of them. And sometimes you are on the shitty end of that stick, and it sucks. I'm sorry, but don't take it personal. Sometimes people are literally just going through shit. Like, the fact that they even just got up and out of bed is a fucking victory. And they might be snappy. They might be rude. They might not even just be happy. They might just not have a smile on their face, but understand that more than likely they are dealing with some crazy ass shit behind closed doors. And your grace and your kindness and understanding of the fact that they might be going through something might just change their day. Truly, it might just change their day. Number 6, you have no idea where you will be a year from now. And that's both a beautiful thing, but also an absolutely terrifying one. If someone were to tell me a year ago from now what my life would be like, that my grandma would no longer be here, and that I would be questioning my career, and that I would have absolutely no idea what the fuck I'm doing in life, I would literally probably be on a 5150. Like, I would be like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? And it is so when I say that, like, you have no idea where you're going to be in life a year from now, what I mean by that is stop looking so far into the future. Look in the present. Be in the present. Enjoy the present, because the only time you're going to have exactly what you have right now is right now. Your family member isn't promised next year. Your career is not promised next year. And that's a beautiful thing, in the sense of, like, they could live for another 10, 20 years, or your career can grow 10 times more next year. But that could also mean that they might pass away in a month, or your career might end next year. And the idea of, like, your life is only your life right now, like how it is right now, it's scary and it's beautiful all at the same time. It's, like, wrapped up and it's a fucking mess and it's scary. But when you start to find the beauty in that, when you, like, really, like, looking at that, and you start to find the beauty and, like, okay, I need to love on this, and I need to value this, and I need to appreciate this right now and stop obsessing with the future, because hustle culture and just so many people in this world are so obsessed with what does the future hold for me. Especially now, like reading tarot and stuff, like I've learned how much like we obsess with the idea of what does the future hold for me? What can I know? What can I do more looking into the future? And although that is great, although that it's fantastic to like look forward in life and to work towards something, look into the present and appreciate the present right now for what it is, because you're never going to be here again. So please take that from me, to appreciate the present right now for what it is. Number 7, spend time with people who you can actually be yourself around. Stop trying to fit into a category that was never made for you in the beginning. Whew, you guys, you don't know how many times I have tried to force myself. I've tried to like shrink myself. I've tried to grow myself into a category. And I was like, if I were just this way, or if I acted this way, I can be, with these people, or I can like have a group that I felt like I belonged in, and things like that. I did that for so long, like damn near my whole life, you guys. Like I was really trying to mold myself to fit into a category, and then when I stopped and realized maybe I'm not supposed to be in that category. Maybe if the reason why I have to shrink and change myself to fit into this category or to fit into this group is because I'm not supposed to be there, that's when my mind completely changed. And I was like, I don't want to be in that category, because that category wasn't made for me. That group wasn't made for me. I don't want to even be part of that. Like, they don't have the same values as me. We don't appreciate the same things. We don't like the same things. Like, why do I want to be that? And I realized it was because I wanted a sense of belonging. But when you like really belong to yourself and you come home to yourself, that's when you stop caring about that. And you only want to be around people that truly value you, that you can truly be yourself around. And when you start to value that and value those people, honey, life just gets a lot fucking better. Like, it just feels sweeter. You feel happier. You feel more at home. You feel comfortable. Like, I don't think I realized how uncomfortable I was to try to force myself into situations, into groups where I didn't belong. Like, I was like, damn, my nervous system doesn't even know what it's like to be comfortable. And then when I started to value like being around people that I could really be myself around, I was like, wow, this is a nice feeling. Holy shit, wait a minute. Like, this is actually kind of cool. I like this. And that was like a huge major shift for me in my life, especially with everything that I went through. This year, I really needed it. Number 8, mean girls do not stop in high school. Honey, no. And if anything, they just get worse and worse and worse as they get older, because they're more miserable and more bitter. Okay? They get worse. They're mad because their husbands are assholes, or their baby daddies don't want them, or their lives aren't what they thought they were going to be, or whatever the case may be. They're just mean, miserable people. Mean girls do not stop after high school. If anything, they just get worse. Number 9, it's okay to be fucking selfish. Like, do you know how many times, first of all, being a damn near 26-year-old and being married for 2 years, do you know how many times I get, when are you guys going to have babies? Like, blah, 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 like babies. Not soon. I'm selfish, and that's okay. I am selfish, and that's okay. I'm selfish with my time, with me, with my energy, with what I want to associate myself with, what I want to do in my life. Like, when I say it's okay to be selfish, I'm not saying like be so self-centered and not care about anybody else. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get it twisted. What I'm saying is I'm selfish with what I do in my life and what I spend my time with and what I want to do. And right now, I'm so selfish with that I cannot give myself 100% to my child. And I want to be able to 100% give myself to my child when I have my child. Like, I don't want to do that right now. My husband and I are living our lives, and we have a lot of goals, and we have a lot of aspirations, and we're really selfish with our time, with our money, with what we spend our money on, with everything. And that's okay. Like, genuinely, it's okay to be selfish. Like, another thing too is like saying no. Being able to say no, like, and that's okay. Like, yep, I'm selfish. I'm saying no because I don't want to do that. And that's fucking okay. And whoever has a problem with you being selfish and you saying no, they're the problem, not you. Number 10, spend time connecting with your roots. This is something, if you guys don't know, I am half Cuban. My mother is Cuban. My grandma came here from Cuba with my grandpa. So I am Cuban. And when we moved up to Northern California, honestly, there is no Cuban anything around here. Like, literally, there's nothing. For my wedding, we had to get a food truck for Cuba, like Cuban food truck. Bitch, we got it from it was like 3 hours away from where we live. So I low key, literally, my roots of like who I am as like a woman that is from Cuban descent literally vanished. And as I've gotten like literally this past year and just tapping more into spirituality and everything like that, I realized, damn, this is where I come from. This is in my roots. This is from my people. And I really just dived deep into my roots and where I come from. And I wish that I would have been like that this whole fucking time. I wish I would have learned more. I also I'm a no sabo child. I don't speak any Spanish, and I really am learning to speak Spanish. Okay, Duolingo's my shit right now. So just learning my roots. So learn your fucking roots. Appreciate your roots, where you come from, wherever that is. And if you don't know, like, look into it genuinely. If like there's somebody who like there's nobody to teach you, or there's nobody to guide you or tell you stories, like do ancestry.com, do whatever it is. Like, I love that. I appreciate that so much. Now I think, again, because my grandma has passed, I can't ask her questions about Cuba anymore. My mom was born in the States. So the last person that was born in Cuba was my grandma, and I can't ask her questions about it anymore. And that sucks. So I think that is where this new appreciation for where I come from has stemmed from. So really just diving deep into your roots. Number 11, there is no such thing as cool girl. You, my love, you are the cool girl. Like, when I say cool girl, I'm not talking about like the aesthetic, right? Like, I get the aesthetic, cool girl aesthetic and all that stuff. And I love that. That's great. That's fantastic. But I think that it gets a little warped, and like, I've seen these titles on some podcasts and stuff that's like, I'm going to teach you how to become a cool girl in 5 steps. What? Like, what are you even talking about? Stop like associating cool girl aesthetic with like getting your shit together. It doesn't correlate. Like, because if you don't have your shit together, if you don't have like a routine in your life, or like maybe right now life is just fucking messy, or maybe you're going through a depressive episode and you're correlating that all that stuff with being a cool girl, it literally fucks with your head. So the idea of cool girl doesn't exist. Like, you are the cool girl. Whatever the fuck you've got going on in your life, whatever you do, it is cool. You're good. You're your own person. You're your own aesthetic. You're your own muse. Who cares about what people think is a cool girl, or what is in, what is styling, what is like whatever's popping? Like, who gives a fuck about all of that? Whatever you've got going on in your life, that's what's popping. So don't spend your time wasting on caring about whatever the fuck society thinks is cool, because most of the time it's not. Number 12, love your loved ones now. Truly love them now. If you have a grandparent, do me a favor and hug them. Just hug them like really, really fucking tight for me, because it sucks this was my very first. I've lost two uncles before, and it was really sad and really um heartbreaking, and I miss my uncles every single day. But my grandma was my literal second mom. She helped raise me. When my mom was a single mom, it was just me, her, and my grandma. That was it. That was all I had. And they're the best, most amazing people in my whole life. And so sorry. um and I would do anything to hug my grandma again. I'm so, you know what? I'm not going to say I'm so sorry, you guys. Don't ever fucking apologize for crying. Don't apologize for crying. I'm not apologizing for crying. I would do anything to hug my grandma again. So, if you have a grandparent or somebody that you just love, like so dearly, like so immensely, just hug them. Love them now. Love them while you still have them, and appreciate them now. Ask them questions, talk to them, spend time with them. Just everything, your sister, your brother, your best friend, your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, uncle, aunt, cousin, whatever it is, whoever it is. Like, spend time with them now. Take pictures of them, take videos of them, listen to their voice, their hug, how they hold you, just whatever it is. Do it now, because you genuinely have no idea what the fuck tomorrow is going to bring. And you're going to kick your ass. You're going to kick yourself in the ass if you don't do it now. So do it now. Love your loved ones now. Number 13, whatever your inner child didn't receive, give it to them now. Literally, whatever it is, like whatever fills your cup for your inner child, give it to them now if they didn't get it back then. Like security, love, comfort. For me, one of the main things that I didn't receive as a child was like affection. Like affection from others, and just like affection even like from myself, like loving myself. And so I literally give that to myself every single fucking day. So give your inner child everything that it needs right now. Number 14, if I simply cannot change the outcome, it does not deserve my energy. I want to say that one more time. If I simply cannot change the outcome, it does not deserve my energy. Realizing that your energy it's up right up there with time. It's the most valuable thing we've got, your energy and your time, right? Those two. When you realize how valuable it is and how much we waste it on things that we can't change, that we're just literally giving it out for free, handing it out, throwing it out there, and you're giving it to something that it's never going to change, especially if you've continuously given that energy to the same thing and nothing ever changes, then it's telling you it's never going to change. So stop giving your energy to things that aren't going to change. It doesn't deserve it. Give it to yourself in return. Number 15, everyone is a mirror of what you see in yourself or lack thereof, and vice versa. So when you're having a friendship or a relationship with somebody and they just drive you fucking crazy, like there's just something about them that drives you crazy, whatever the case may be, remind yourself that it is a mirror of you. We see. Oh, I'm going to do a whole episode on that one day. Okay. But whatever someone just bugs you, drives you crazy, you are seeing either something in yourself or something that lacks. And the vice versa. If somebody is always constantly projecting on you, it's because they see something in you that they lack or something in you that they hate about themselves. Once you realize that, you start to look at people a lot fucking differently. A lot. And you start to look at the way people treat you a lot differently. A lot differently. Number 16, people will try to destroy you when they see the potential in you. Okay? understand that if you have a group of haters, there's just people always talking shit, always hating on you. I got me a little group. They're called the Kianna haters. It's because they see the potential in you. It's because they see how good you are, how amazing you are, how far you're gonna go. They see that and they want to destroy it. They want that to not happen. They don't want to see you grow and they don't want to see how far you're going to get. So they try to destroy you. So every single time that you see a hater on there that talks shit about you, or you hear people talking shit about you, or they're just hating on you, remember, it's because you have so much fucking potential. They can't stand it and they're going to hate and they're going to hate, and there's nothing you can do about it and there's nothing they're going to do about it. So the only thing that you can do is let that shit flow. Let it flow. It's okay, because it's because you have so much potential. We are at, let's see, number 17. Your new life will cost you your old one. Honey, okay? I have been manifesting this new amazing life for, I think, I'd say maybe 2 years. And I wish somebody would have warned me and told me that your new life will cost you your old one. No wonder my old life is crumbling. Like, of course, your old life is going to crumble when your new one is coming in. So if you start to feel like your life is just fucking crumbling, that everything around you, nothing is going right, everything is coming to shit, it's because your new life is coming in. It's got to make way. We've got to clean that shit out, the old stuff, clean it out, because the new one is coming in. And it sucks, but that's what has to happen. New life is going to cost you your old one. Number 18. This one. Stop expecting you out of people. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Listen to that again. Stop expecting you out of people. When you stop expecting you out of people, that's when you realize who the fuck they really are. Because nobody's gonna do for you what you do for others. Something for me, like my birthday. My birthday is a huge one for me. I go all out for people. Like, the whole nine. I do the whole nine. I'm gonna spend my last dime on you. If you're important to me, I'm gonna spend my last fucking dime on you when it comes to your birthday, because I want you to feel special. I want you to feel like you're celebrated, and it's a big celebratory thing that you made it another year in your life. When you stop expecting people to do the same shit for you, you won't be disappointed anymore. And I know that sucks. It really fucking sucks, because you're like, why? Why can't people just do what I do for them? I don't understand. And you get so frustrated and you start to question and all of that stuff. But it's because you're expecting you out of people, and people aren't you, babe. They're not. And you can't expect them to be, because it would be fucked up if they expected them out of you, right? Whatever they do, whoever they are, let's even dissect this a little bit more, because whoever they are as a person, morally, ethically, your values and their values probably don't match, or the way you go about things and the way they go about things probably don't match. So it'd be fucked up, right? You'd be pissed if they expected you to react to certain things or do certain things just the same way they do, because you don't roll like that, right? So how in the hell are you going to expect somebody to react and do things the way you do them? And once you really, really listen to that and have your mind shift, that's when you stop being disappointed and you start doing things for yourself. And you start living life a little bit easier and a little bit more peacefully, because then you're going to stop being so disappointed and stop being so goddamn angry because people aren't doing what you do for them, because you're always expecting you out of them. And you can't do that, because they're not you. They weren't raised like you. They weren't raised by the same people you were raised by. They don't have the same mind as you do. They don't have the same mindset as you do. So you can't expect them to be you. You're too amazing. What? How the hell? It's going to be a diamond in the rough when you find somebody that's exactly like you, that values the same things that you do, that treats people the same way you do, and that's a good person like you are. It's going to be very, very rare. Once you find that, hold on to it. But until then, honey, it's never going to happen. Sorry. I wish it was. I have one. I'm looking for more. Number 19. What your goals were 2 years ago can be totally different from what they are now, and that is okay. Again, going back to the career thing, I 3 years ago, oh my God, you guys, all I wanted to be was a salon owner. A salon owner, an esthetician, a waxer. Like, that's all I wanted to be. And my goals of what I want now in my life are completely different from what they were before. And I just recently went through that like stage of like, damn, like that's sad. And it makes me grieve that old version of me that wanted that so badly. I don't want it anymore. And it makes me sad to know that that part doesn't exist anymore. But it's okay. Once I realized how it was okay, that I had to release it and that I had to move on, and seasons in our life change, and they change people in our lives. They change what we want in our lives. They change scenery. They change a million different things. And that's okay. Number 20, loving yourself is not just loving your body. It's loving everything about you, where you are, and what you have. That was a huge lesson for me because I am not where I was, so many years ago with money and everything. Economy is fucking shitty right now. Like, I think everybody knows that. Everybody can say that. I'm not where I was. And I had to learn to, yes, I love my body and I'm proud of myself and, body positivity and all that stuff. But like also loving who I am as a person, like my mind, where I come from, what I can do, where I live, what I have, like all of those things, everything that I am as a person, loving every single aspect. That's when you truly unlock self-love. That's when you truly, really get deeper into your self-love journey, is when you can love everything about yourself, not just your body. 21, the people you thought that would never in a million years hurt you can be the ones that hurt you the most. Don't trust everyone. Trust yourself. Don't trust everyone. That's all I got to say about that one. Number 22, no matter what you do, if it's good, if it's bad, if it's ugly, people are going to talk shit no matter what you do. So don't waste your time worrying about, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. People are always going to talk shit. I remember when I was getting married, my mom always told me, no matter what you do at your wedding, no matter how much money you spend, no matter what you have for people, they're going to talk shit. People are going to talk shit no matter what you do. So don't waste your time worrying about what they're talking shit about. They're going to talk shit regardless, girl. Just give them something to talk about. Number 23, if someone believes lies about you, it's because that they already thought that of you and they just needed confirmation. People are more than likely going to go on a smear campaign of you if you're doing something big. If you're doing something that's going to ruffle somebody's feathers, if you're going to do something that's out of the ordinary, if you're going to do something that other people would be scared to do, people will more than likely go on a smear campaign. People will more than likely go and spread lies about you, and are more than likely people who didn't want to see you succeed and who are scared to do the things that you're doing. So once you realize that and let that go, you get a whole lot easier. Number 24, romanticize your life and every single part of it, wherever you are in your life. If it's a transformational time, if it's a permanent, like you're setting roots in your life, if you're just beginning, it does not matter. Romanticize every single part of your life, because you're not going to be here a year from now. You're not going to be here a week from now. So start to romanticize literally every single part of it. Waking up, being able to shower, your coffee, walking your dogs, whatever the case may be, romanticize it because it's your life, babe. No one else has this life besides you. And even if it's shitty sometimes, even if it's not the best, maybe it's not glamorous like you see on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and people are just like, oh my God, I'm going here, I'm going there, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. Like, doesn't matter. Most of that shit is fake anyways. Romanticize your life. Because you're not, let's listen, J. Cole, Love Yours, right? Like, you're not going to be happy until you love your life. Like, if you hate your life right now, and let's say in a year from now, you get every single thing you wanted, I can guarantee you're still not going to love it because you need to learn to love your life what it is right now. Just like you need to love yourself for what it is, for what you are right now. You're not going to love yourself if you go and get a BBL, a boob job, liposuction, 360, all of that stuff. You're not going to magically one day wake up and love yourself. Guarantee you. And that's not on tea on anybody. That's just the real deal. Number 25. It's okay to stand still for a moment. That's my last one. It's okay to stand still for a moment. I need you to take a second. Breathe. It's okay to stand still. I was for so long like, go, 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 go. What can I do next? Like, hustle culture really grabbed me by a chokehold, bitch. Like, I was like, go, go, go all the time. 0 to 100 all the time, right? But it's okay to stand still, to take a moment, to breathe, to appreciate the present, to not be so worried and fixated on the future, and to just live what your life is right now and be appreciative of it. That's all that I learned in my 25th year of life. I know that I'm going to learn so much more in my 26th year. Hopefully 26 is better than 25, you guys, because I'm tired. I'm so tired. And I'm going to do this every year. What the fuck did I learn in my year of life and all the things, and tell you guys. And I hope you guys are all having a great day. I hope you're going to have a great week. And I will see you guys next time on the next episode of Bestie Talk. Bye.